Hi guys, Pablo Resto here. So I wanted to do a video in regards to the building of this bench. My bench I built Saturday, April 1st, 2017. Took me all better part of the day to build it, but that was just because I'm chaotic and just kind of wing it and didn't have a specific plan. I had a general idea in my mind and just kind of winged through it. So figured I would do a quick video and do a walk around and show you this. I don't have any footage of me actually building it, but I just wanted to do a quick video and show you the bench and see what you guys thought. Put your comments below and like and subscribe, and just let me know if you like it or not. Alright, we'll see that now. Okay, so here's going to be a view of the front in some little detail, and then I'll turn around and show you a little bit more detail of the back. So basically it is a 6 foot long by 36 inch tall by 2 foot wide. This bench is made pretty much all from some free pallet wood that I get from a granite countertop showroom that's around the corner. So they throw all this pallet wood out, and it's good wood. The wood itself comes from Brazil. I know this because it says made in Brazil on the wood. Anyway, so you know, it's good wood, so they just throw it away. So I saw an ad on Craigslist, which is tip. Look on Craigslist under the free stuff, and you'll see guys you know, giving out pallet wood, saying come and get, you know, pallet wood. Some of these warehouses and things like that, they have to pay to get rid of it, so they're more than welcome for you to come and get it. So anyway, that's where I get the wood, just as a tip. Now I'll show you some of this. I put a backboard on it simply because I didn't want stuff rolling off the back and falling up against the wall, and then it'd be hell trying to get it out. So I just put this little backboard on it, and I'll show you some more detail. But it's just a basic utility bench, nothing fancy. You know, just wanted to kind of make something real quick to put in here because I needed some counter space, some workspace, and I didn't want to make a 36 inch wide tabletop because I have plans on using this space out here for a with a motorcycle stand and work on a motorcycle. So I needed to keep this space open, so I want to keep some space around the stand, so that's why I made it only 2 foot wide instead of 3 foot wide. And then with that backboard on it, it's really only 23 inches wide instead of 24, but you hardly notice it. So let's go ahead and get some more detail. Now I did most of this is made with the pallet wood. There are obviously the tops are 3/4 inch ply, and obviously I did get this from Depot. So you know, that's the deal with that. The tops, both the top and the bottom, are 3/4 inch plywood. Now I did have a couple of 2x4s lying around, but that's the only wood that I didn't use that was free, was the tops and a couple of these 2x4s you see for the long piece, and the 2 bracing, and some of the bracing underneath, and I'll show you some more detail of that. But basically I went through all of the bolts are sunk in, countersunk with 3 inch or 2.5 inch nails, 2.5 inch screws. Just kind of show you some detail there and what we've got. And here's the backboard. And see, these are just 3 boards that I cut down, put together, and put a back on them so that you have that. And I'll show you some of the bracing underneath, if I can get underneath there to see some bracing. Just a couple of 2x4, one little 2x4 bracing across the middle, and that's it. Now I'll have to flip it over to show you some more detail of the underneath. And this is just some pieces of that pallet wood for the front fascia. And these are actually 2.5 by 2.5, wood bracing. So these are not 4x4s, these are 2.5 by 2.5, but they're going to work fine. So let me go ahead and shut this off, and I'll show you some more of the detail at the back and underneath. Alright guys, so here I laid it on the back just to show you the detail of the framing members. The bottom shelf, I went into more detail and put some more framing in, because I figure over time the bottom shelf is going to hold more sustained weight. The top is just periodic weight, and the bottom you're going to have things sitting there for longer periods of time and heavier things. So I put more framing into the bottom shelf. So some more detail is on the top. There's just a fascia board that runs along to connect these legs, and it's just real thin. I think it's like a half wide by maybe by about like 4 or something like that. Here's some of the detail of where I met the boards up, and here's some of the bracing on there. So these are just pieces that I cut out. Again, this is that pallet wood. All this is free wood, just pallet wood that I got from a local source. I just want to show you more detail of that. So these legs are just 2.5 by 2.5 legs. So they're not 4x4s, but they're substantial enough. And again, the corners, I did have some scrap 2x4 laying around, but it was just one little 2x4 that I had laying, a couple of pieces, so I used that for the bracing. More detail that you can see for the end, you'll see that. And there's the one in the middle, and then that. So I'll show you the back now. Okay, so now here is some more detail of the back. And again, these are just the 3 of the individual boards put together, and I put a little small piece of scrap that I cut to size. The bottom part connects to the actual frame itself, the bench itself, and then these connect with 3 screws to each one of these boards, and there's 3 of these. So that's a little bit more detail of the back.